Welcome to Brothers of Anarchy Airsoft, and this is Shad, and sorry about the mess behind me and everything. Memorial weekend, I just got back from camping and everything, and it's a little messy because I haven't gotten around to cleaning it up. Today I have a review for you. I'm going to review my sidearm that I've used for about 3 months thus far. I've played with it for 3 or 4 times at a field at a friend of mine's house. So I took it to a game just recently on the 30th and chronoed it because I knew it shot too hard to use on a field, but I didn't know how hard it shot. And it ended up shooting roughly 520, 530, so it shoots way high. And it is the WG 1911, and here's the gun. This has trades on the side here. They say U.S. Combat 1911, U.S. Army, February 14th, 1911. That is the date that the gun was entered. This is the mag, and here you have the CO2. Goes right into it. So on to the advantages and disadvantages. Starting at the front, there was an orange flash hider that came with this, but I took it off. I recommend if you are not going to be playing in private places, which I hope you always play at private areas. But I took it off. The whole entire upper rail is metal. Or, sorry, not rail, slide. The upper slide is metal. The lower is, I believe, metal as well. These handles are plastic, but the grip here is plastic, but it feels really nice and comfortable to hold. Even with gloves on, it feels really comfortable. Fits my hand perfectly. You've got your hammer here, which comes back, which is how the gun fires. You have adjustable rear sights and a front post sight, which has a dot on it. And then you have on your mag here, the mag is completely metal, and it has 2 bolts that go through to join the top 2. So the mag is really structured well. The BB follower, I know on some gas guns that or magazines, the BB follower can be less powerful, or can be kind of cheap, but it hasn't failed on me thus far, and it seems to be pretty nicely made. And you have the CO2 system here where you put it in, you tighten it down. Talking about the CO2 system here, this can be an advantage and a disadvantage because you have this giant unrealistic knob on here sticking out the bottom of your gun. When you're holding your gun and using it, you got it sticking out the bottom here, and that can be kind of ugly. Depends on your preferences. Depends on you as a person. It didn't really bother me that much, but I also got this gun because it was a cheap first gun for me. And the bottom here, where it goes in, it kind of just looks like it's just held in there by a screw. That's really small here, if you can see that. And I didn't like that, and the fact that the actual part here that follows it, I believe, is to be plastic. Because this is a full CO2 canister, I really can't take it out and test it. And the bottom here is plastic. Now, this gun was $65 off of ebike.com, or I believe $65 off of Airsoft GI as well. And my first complaint was, after about a week of just handling it and not really using it much, the finish started to wear off all over the gun, anywhere that I would come into contact. In some places where I really didn't even use or touch, the finish started coming off. That was my first complaint. Now, for $65, I didn't expect too much, but that was the first complaint for me. Secondly, after about a week, the slide started sticking. And you kind of have to have it angled down to pull the slide, and even sometimes then it sticks. Now, I'm surprised that it's got these realistic trades here, and that it, for being a gun that was only $65, but they could have done better. on here, you know, and like the slide lock and everything. This is definitely a right-handed gun. I don't believe very many 1911s are lefty friendly, because you got your mag release here, your safety here. It has the cosmetic safety underneath the beaver tail, but the real safety is here on the side. And red for fire with an F, and white for safe, and you got a white with an S and red with fire. I kind of like the tactical stuff on here with the rails and the slide grips here, which helps when you're wearing gloves to grip the slide, to cock it. Now, this would be more effective on a gas gun than it would be on this. The gun itself is pretty decent. The way you take it down is you take out this screw here, and there's one on this side here, and then the slide slides off, and it's really easy. Everything's right in there to work on. Also, another complaint of mine is the silver. Very first time I took it apart, it started to wobble, and I didn't touch it. I just took it apart and slid this slide off, and when I reinstalled it, it started to wobble. Also, a lot of grease gets in on the silver here, and it gets really annoying. Your hop up is, you pull the slide back, and your hop up is right here, and it comes with an added Allen key, which I do not have anymore, that will adjust it, but it is, I believe, a 1 metric. Also, you get this grease on here every time you rack the slide, and it started to scratch into the finish. And so, for $65, it's not bad. It could have been better. Another cool thing, though, is the fact that WG put this on here. I kind of like that. And in the future, not actually tomorrow, I'm ordering the SOCOM Gear 1911, and hopefully that one's better, because, you know, you got here is a little bit more of that wear. And so, as far as a target gun, this is a very nice gun to have. If you're looking for something to skirmish or as a sidearm, I wouldn't get it. But if you're just looking for something for collectability or for a target weapon, then that's fine. I guess it'd be fine as a secondary for if you were playing with your friends. I don't know how much they'd like that. I mean, all my friends don't like it because it shoots so powerful. Now, we'll take a look at the box here. It comes in the box, and it's been a little while since I've had this, but it comes in the box like this. And you've got your gun and the magazine down here. It did not come with any CO2 can. I bought that separately. Over here was a little bitty thing of BBs. Just pitch those. They're not worth it. It came with, and then here was the hop-up tool adjustment that I was talking about earlier. If you look at the box, when it first came, down in here, and this is dirty because I've used it, I keep it in this box all the time. Down in here was all ripped up, and there was styrofoam all in the mag well, and it took me about 15-20 minutes to clean that out. The styrofoam, it was nicely packed in here. I mean, the styrofoam's nice. It's just the fact that through transport, the rough edge of the bottom here on the mag was rubbing against the styrofoam, and really got all that styrofoam up in the mag well as it was moving. The box started to fall apart on me. That's just because I stored in here. I mean, you got really fancy up front here. You got a little sticker here telling you which one you got. And WG has all these different guns on here. And on the sides, they've got like the length and everything, and how it works. And one thing that I've noticed is they say that this gun is blowback. That is not true. It is a non-blowback gun. So I'm kind of, it's weird that they have that on there. Also, the gun is not a 16-round magazine, it is an 18-round magazine. This magazine holds 18 rounds. You can buy more off of Airsoft GI for $25, which I don't know why you would want to, for the fact that this gun really isn't useful for much more than just taking to use as a target gun. So, and this comes in two styles. It comes in two-tone silver and black, or it comes in a completely black with wood finish here, and that's fake wood. And so that will end our video for today. Thank you for watching. Comment and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the future.